Alright, everyone. I figured I'd share this punch set with you guys tonight. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing about wrenches, so I figured I'd show this to you guys. This is something that I keep on my toolbox. This is just a cheap set of punches that I have. I believe I bought them off of eBay. You got 3 chisels, two tapered point punches for starter holes for drilling. You got 5 tapered punches and 5 pin punches. That's kind of hard to see. This did not come with it. This is something that I actually made out of a 4x4, and I kind of just ripped it down, then tapered it with my belt sander. Drill some holes in it, and have a pin punch that I can keep on top of my box. As you can see, these are fairly new. I recycle these things quite a bit. As I bend them, chip them, grind them down. I just buy cheaper ones. I'm not going to spend $200-300 on a set of punches from Snap-on. These do the trick just as well as anything else. Some people might argue with about that. A lot of people abuse punches, chisels, and stuff like that. Me myself, if I'm gonna go through that much trouble that I really got to pound it out of there, I'm gonna bend the crap out of this or anything else, or hit it so hard that it's just gonna explode. I'm gonna torch it out of there. I'm not gonna abuse myself and my tools and take a chance of having a piece of shrapnel come through me. Because regardless if you buy cheap punches or if you buy expensive punches, these things are fairly brittle, and they have a tendency to explode and send shards out, and they'll go right through you. So all in all, this isn't a bad set. You can see that they're fairly new. Like I said, I recycle a lot of these as they break or whatever. I just get on, buy another set, and fill it back up, make me another holder to accommodate however many punches that I bought. These set of punches, I think, were between 10 and 15 bucks, something like that. And like I said, I just replenish them as I go, as I use them for whatever that I need them to. And if they become damaged, I'm not heartbroken or anything else. I'm not trying to chase a lifetime warranty, and justify the $300 I spent on a set of punches. So that, and I don't feel bad about modifying these in any way. If I need this to do something that it's not supposed to be used for, I have no problem grinding this, putting a point on this to, take a taper nut, and a lot of times you'll peen the edge over on an axle or something. I have no problem tapering this into like a chisel point to get under there and lift that up. I wouldn't do that with my Snap-on if I paid $300 for them, but I have no problem doing that with these, and it's not going to break my heart in any way. It ain't going to break the bank either. But I figured I'd share that with you guys. This is just one of the things I have in my tool cart, and like I said, I constantly make these things that accommodate for whatever punches that I have at the time. Like I said, this 16-piece set's pretty common on eBay, and as I use them, I just take and replenish them. I break a couple of them. I just buy another set, put them in there, and throw them in I got a break box in my toolbox that I wrap duct tape around to make it sturdy, and I throw all those extra punches in there. So like I said, I can modify them, do whatever I want to them. So, like I said, this is something I made. You can't see no stickers or anything on this. And this is something that even you can do in your own garage. Like I said, all I do is kind of rip it at an angle right here, square the corners up on it, and then I just took my router, kind of went around the edge and cleaned up rounded the edges and everything, and then used my belt sander on it just to belt sand it down and make it smooth so it looked like it was new again. So this was just a 4x4 piece of wood that you'd buy at Home Depot. I believe when I put my mailbox in, I built my mailbox, I had some extra pieces left over, so this is what I decided to do with it. Like I said, you can get creative and have tool holders and stuff like that, and this is something I just keep on top of my box. It's nice to not have to go searching for it. It's nice to not have to go in my drawer and have a bunch of these things rolling around and Not that I don't. I have a box of them. Like I said, I probably have at least 50 punches in a old brake box that I've duct taped up. Like I said, but it's nice to have nice punches that you can do whatever you want with, and beat a race in, whatever you want to do with them. Reface them, use them over, and just have them in the top of your box and have them easy access. So there it is, 16 punches, and they're a no-name brand, but like I said, this is just something to show you guys what's in my toolbox, and maybe you guys can get creative on your own, and you'll come up with some ideas of your own. I even have one of these with bolts in it that I've used for different pullers. So I have 2x4 that I've actually ripped down, put a couple angles on it, and I just drilled a bunch of holes in it, and I put all my 1/4-inch bolts, 6mm bolts, 5/16, 3/8, 10mm, anything I need to use for my 3-jar puller, or anything that I need to use for my harmonic balancer puller. They're all in there, and they're all on top of my box, so I don't have to root around for nothing. I don't have to worry about a plastic case or anything. And the most common ones I use are probably going to be the 6mm to pull gears off of timing belts to do seals, or pull a balancer off on a old Toyota, or things of that nature. Even the V6s, I believe, sometimes you got to drill a hole into the gear because it becomes frozen on there, and you can tap it and slide it off using 6mm bolts. But this is the set I used. Pin punch it, drill it, and do things of that nature. And like I said, I do the same thing with this block as I do with the bolts. So I have this sitting there, and then right beside it I have all my bolts that I use. So like I said, you guys can get creative, and I figured I'd share that with you guys. I know it looks like I just did this, but this had fingerprints on it and everything else. The only thing I've done is just put it on my belt sander just to clean it back up. And I put a fresh new set of punches, chisels, and tapered punches in it. So just share that with you guys, and like I said, get creative. But this is what's on top of my box, and I use this every day. I shouldn't say I use it every day, but it's there for me to use every day if I need it. All right, guys. Have a good night.